Hello, my friends. Katie Day with the movemetotx team at Coldwell Banker. Today we're in downtown Houston at the Tipping Point to meet with David and hear his story.
Hey guys, my name is David Rodriguez. I own and operate the Tipping Point Coffee and the Tipping Point store in downtown Houston. So the store has been open since 2007, roughly. We started planning around the beginning of 2016. So we started off as a sneaker boutique. I guess the execution that we wanted to bring to the city was not available here, so we decided to kind of do something really contemporary and modern. So that was kind of our niche. And then it just kind of grew. I joined the team since the beginning in 2006 for the planning and all that stuff. And then when we opened the store, I was 22 years old, so it's been roughly about 15 years. I didn't go to like a traditional college. I went to culinary school, so I'm a chef by trade. And I started my career just cooking when I was 16 years old, 14 really, but 16 in a real restaurant. And then, you know, out of high school, I didn't know what to do, so I decided to join the Art Institute culinary program. And then that just kind of trickled me down to coffee. You know, it's just like one of the parts of kind of my culinary experience. I'd say around 2014, we shut down. We were supposed to be shut down for about 3 months. It turned to about a year and a half. I honestly didn't have any intention of reopening the store, but I always knew if I did reopen a retail space, it would have to be with a coffee shop in there. I'm born and raised in Mexico City, so it's very common that you find, you know, two businesses in one, or the same business kind of giving a different offering in the front space. So that was kind of always the idea. So we are known to like do activations with like brands such as like Nike, Adidas, Puma. We've also done brand activations with like hip hop groups like Kendrick Lamar, Division, Drake. I've done a lot of pop-ups. So we're kind of known for that, just kind of bringing a different creative element to the city. And so coffee was just kind of like, okay, it's kind of makes sense now. You know? So the Tipping Point came from a book by Malcolm Gladwell called The Tipping Point. It's kind of like a theory book. I understand that a lot of colleges are not teaching based off of this book. Just kind of like a theory book of, you know, everybody's role in like different businesses and that kind of, I'm big in like theory. So, you know, I learned a lot from that book, and the initial partners that we started this, it was 4 of us. It was required for us. Like we couldn't come up with a name, and then one guy told us about the book, and then we all read it, and I was like, oh man, this is perfect. So then we wanted to figure out how we could incorporate something like that, and we came up with like 20 different names, and none of them made sense. And then we're like, well, why don't you just call it the Tipping Point? And we're like, well, that sounds like a good idea. So it just kind of happened like that, just kind of by accident. A lot of people think that we named, because we do a lot of stuff in hip hop, that we named the store based on the Roots album called the Tipping Point, but they also took the name from the book. We're trying to find a space that we can grow into without taking too much, but we're definitely looking to expanding the coffee program. Under the Tipping Point umbrella is the Tipping Point brand. We have about 2-3 brands that we operate under that. And then Roundhouse, it's our vintage store. So it's like a premium vintage store, and we only focus on vintage. And then the coffee program, the Tipping Point Coffee. So the Tipping Point Coffee, I feel like it's gotten to a place where we can put it somewhere by itself. So my partner Boudra and I are looking to find a space that we can kind of grow into. All right guys, this is David once again. I would like to invite you guys to come over to have a cup of coffee if you're in the downtown area, or if you're like on Facebook and Instagram, you can find us at the Tipping Point store or at the Tipping Point _coffee in Instagram. We're open every day except for Monday.